Good afternoon, dear shareholders, investors, and colleagues. Welcome to the Q3 interim report of Auriant Mining AB. Please see some technical information about our Zoom. We will do approximately a 20 minutes update on the Q3. We have muted your microphones from over here. We would be grateful if you could write in the chat any questions, and we will aim to answer all of them after the presentations and after we presented the results. And the agenda for the call is set out in the following slides. I am pleased to report my first set of results as Auriant Chief Executive. This is a strong performance benefiting from the additional sales of gold stocks at the beginning of the year, together with the first year of operation of the CIL plant without the scheduled maintenance cost. With a new senior team, I'm looking forward to leading the evolution of Auriant's strategy to deliver sustainable growth and establish it as a medium-tier gold producer with further exploration and development potential. To my left, please find Piotr Kustikov, our new COO, who is with the company for 4 years, and to my right, Vladimir Vorushkin, who entered at a similar time to the company as I 3 months ago. Our agenda for today is the little introduction I just did, and the production and sales update provided by Vladimir and by Piotr. The production KPIs also by Vladimir and by Piotr. The income statement and therefore also the cash flow statement by Vladimir, and I will give afterwards a short outlook for the remainder of 2020. In general, the excellent results are in line with our forecast for year to date, showing significant growth over the previous year. These strong financial performance and improvements in financing terms, as we previously announced in a press release. And of course, we are having a good development of the group's leadership team with my 2 appointments of the CFO and the CEO, with whom I'm planning to share all the responsibilities. Now, I would like to hand over the Tardan gold production report to Piotr.
Thank you, Danila. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Piotr Kustikov. My background is in mining engineering. I've been developing my experience in mining industry for 20 years. I joined Auriant Mining in 2016 as Director of Project Development, and I'm now excited about the opportunity of applying my knowledge and experience to the operating sector of the company, as same as keep managing the project development further. Now let me draw your attention to the slide on your screens for presenting Tardan's gold production result of the 9 months of 2020. Within the 9 months of 2020, 291 kilotons of ore at average grade of 2.77 grams per ton was processed through constructed CIL plant. Aiming to explain the mentioned feat of the plant, I would like to give you a bit more details. The plant started up in November 2019 and achieved the targeted capacity 50 tons per hour at 92% recovery by the end of January 2020. Only high-grade ore was delivered to the CIL within this January. As a result, 115 kilograms of gold were produced, and blended ore have been delivered since February further in the current year. As a result, in contrast to the 9 months of 2019, hard rock gold production increased by 75% from 430 kilograms up to 750 kilograms in the 9 months of the current year.
Thank you, Piotr. Concerning the Tardan gold sales, Vladimir.
Thank you, Danila. Dear stakeholders, I am pleased to announce spectacular 3-quarter results in terms of gold sales. Gold sales slide illustrates both the monthly sales volume and selling price effects on total sales. As you understand, The sales volume is a function of the previous gold production slide. A key number to note is Tardan's 9 months gold sales, which is 756 kilograms versus 426 kilograms in the comparative period in 2019. This represents a 77% increase in the volume. The January spike in sales volume is driven primarily by the fact that the company sold 49 kilograms of gold produced but not sold and stocked as work in progress on December 31st, 2019. The second driver for the gold sales was the 24% rise in selling price for gold, up from $13.89 per ounce in 2019 up to $17 and $29 in 2020.
Thank you, Vladimir. Now about the key performance indicators, Piotr, I hand over back to you.
Thank you, Danila. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the KPIs, I would like to emphasize as a main achievement that we kept succeeding with the CIL plant as it was operating at capacity of 15 tons per hour and at the recovery rate of 92.9%, so that the maximum targeted capacity was achieved and kept for the both mentioned indicators within the considering period. Let me move on to the slide table to describe the mining activities of Tardan Gold. 274 kilotons of ore were mined out from Правобережная deposit. It was 18% lower compared to the same period of 2019. Stripping volume amounted to 684,000 cubic meters. It's 12% lower than in 2019, as pits of Tardan's deposit were not involved into the mining caused by the license restriction. I'm pleased to notice that the restriction of Tardan's mining license was removed from 2nd of November, which gave us a possibility for renewal of mining activities in Tardan deposit. Getting back to the current year mining from Правобережная deposit, the average grade of the ore mined amounted to 2.47 grams per ton in this year, compared to 2.38 grams per ton for the 9 months of 2019. Ore in stock at the end of September 2020 amounted to 91 kilotons at average grade of 2.02 grams per ton, which could be used further in some winter months. Just an update about heap leach. The heap leach operation was discontinued at the end of December and nothing has been changed since then. Reporting the CIL indicators, I will repeat the feed of the CIL plant amounted to 291 kilotons with an average grade of 2.77 grams per ton, which at 92.9% recovery gave us 750 kilograms of gold produced in 9 months of 2020. That is all about Tardan Gold results. Now let me move on to the next row. Salcacon's gold production amounted to 5 kilograms compared to 51 kilograms within the same period of the previous year. We expect to produce 12 kilograms in 2020. The reduction was caused by delaying startup of mining as a result of the influence of COVID-19. And for now, summarizing both Tardan's and Salcacon's productivity, 750 kilograms of gold were produced in the 9 months of 2020 compared to 481 kilograms in the same period of 2019, which gave us an increase of 57% or 274 kilograms. I believe I've covered all production indicators, and let me pass your attention to Vladimir to proceed the report further.
Okay, thank you, Piotr. Before we move to the next slide, I'd like to draw your attention to Tardan's cash cost. There has been a 37% reduction in cash cost versus 9 months of 2019. The cash cost per ounce is at its record low of $618 per ounce versus $981 per ounce in 2019. This is primarily driven by the 74% growth in gold production as a result of higher recovery rate, 92% in 2020 versus 60% in 2019.
Let's continue with the income statement.
Thank you, Daniela. Our 2020 9-month net profit is $11.5 million versus $600K net loss in 2019. This is primarily due to the fact that our 9-month sales increased 103% to reach $42.3 million. As I already said, this was primarily driven by a higher volume of produced gold at the CIL plant. Due to the higher recovery rate, 92% versus 60% in the previous year, cash expenses stayed within 3% tolerance interval, despite the 64% increase in sales volume. Once again, it should be noted that this is primarily driven by the fact that our cash cost per ounce produced for gold produced at Tardan reduced by 37% versus 9 months of the previous period. 72% rise in depreciation occurred primarily due to the commissioning of the CIL plant. As far as financial interest expenses are concerned, they increased due to the new lease agreements which were entered into to renovate mining fleet equipment.
Yeah, concerning the volume and production drive.
Yes. The next slide is a good illustration of the primary driving factors behind the EBITDA growth. This is basically the EBITDA bridge slide, which testifies and proves that the major driving factors were volume effect, $13.2 million, or plus 64% in sales volume, and price effect, which amounted to United States dollars, $8.3 million. All other factors are immaterial, so we can move to another slide.
We can move to the cash flow statement.
Cash flow statement is a very good summary of what has already been discussed before. 9 months of 2020 show a strong increase in net cash flows from operating activities, which were primarily used to reduce our debt burden by $13 million and settle outstanding payables to CIL construction contractors in the first quarter of 2020. In addition to repayments of principal amounts, in October 2020, Auriant Mining succeeded in reducing its interest rate on a major loan from our from our banking partner VTB, and now it is equal to 3 months LIBOR plus 4.7%. And the new B2B loan agreement and reduced interest rate will enable to free our cash flows for further investment and exploration.
Thank you, Vladimir. For the outlook and the remainder of 2020, I would like to add that we will focus on maintaining the production levels and also do our continued protection of staff and monitoring of our COVID-19 measures. Concerning the drilling program in Tardan, we will keep on drilling ore zone 6 and thereafter continue with ore zone 15. Currently, we are also drilling the heap leach in order to confirm the grade of material there. Otherwise, we are continuing preparations for 2021 work program and the business plan. We believe that the market conditions for 2021 stay similar as in 2020. Thank you. That would be all for the Q3 report. Now, please use the chat option in Zoom if you should have any questions. I see a question from C. Gibson. Can you tell us why Soccercon was so much more affected by the coronavirus than operations at Tardan?
Well, it wasn't really affected. It was just delay. Contractor can't into the site because organizational problems like testing and all the stuff. So it's not really flow of the people. It's just about organizational questions.
Yeah. I see also another question of Adam Nielsen. What are your production goals for 2021? Currently, we are in the business program, in the business planning for this, and in looking into the mine plan. So I can't really answer to that question in very detail. And what average gold price are you using when calculating sales forecast for 2021? Also, this question we are discussing at the moment with the board. As I said, we are trying to use similar conservative figures as in 2020. Another question from Uppsala. What are your current expectations about the cash costs for 2021, keeping at current levels of $600?
Well, basically, this question is very much related to the previous question that was addressed by the Chief Executive Officer. The thing is that we are still in the process of formulating the budget, and as soon as we finalize our mining plan, we will be more specific about our cash cost, because I think at the moment it's quite too early to make any try to make any forecast at the moment, so that we can we are supposed to make forecasts that we firmly believe in.
Yeah, the next question still, what are your current plan regarding Soccercon operations?
Well, it hasn't been published yet, but yeah, totally.
We are taking this in strong consideration for next year also, in terms of exploration, as we said, with free cash flow, etc. C. Gibson asked, can you tell us how things are going in Q4, please? Has there been any scheduled maintenance and downturn at the plant, or will there be? There has been no scheduled maintenance and downturn at the plant for the Q4. So no. Okay. If there is no further question, then I thank you very much for attending our Q3 interim report, and I wish you all good health, and since we don't speak before the new year, very, very good Christmas to all of you. Take care and stay healthy, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.